Ah, what's up? It's your boy Carcino here, and let's get into it. Girlfriends! Who remember that television show? You gonna see about 40 million black girls step up. Oh, that was my show! This was one of the highest rated scripted. Oh, whoa, wait a minute. Oh, great. Now we got another tornado coming. Jesus. Tornado season hitting here, buddy. Man, so when you stay in the house, put that work in. But anyway, it's one of the highest scripted shows during its run. This is the modern day living single. I was gonna do living singles first, but all y'all been screaming about girlfriends, girlfriends. You gotta do girlfriends. Then you know on Blackish they bringing back girlfriends. I said, oh, okay. I will talk about girlfriends. Man, my first girlfriend now. No, so the series was being put together. They already had the script. It was already written and and brought up. And the show's creators wanted that Mara, she really wrote this thing and came up with this idea with these four girls all living together, and it's basically living single. But it's just for the modern age, the 2000 era. And they look like an R&B group. They had what Golden Brooks came in. You had Tracy E. Ross. You had that Persia girl and that Jill. Jill was like the standout. Her and Tracy Ellis Ross were like the biggest standouts on the show. And later, Reggie Haynes became like one of the big characters on there for the guys. But when it started out, no one thought the show would pick up as well and do as well as it did. Now, Regina Hicks, who was one of the producers, and Kelsey Grammer, they were looking for a show to go, right next with the Parkers. They needed another show to fit in right there. And Kelsey Grammer, who had his what's that Grammar, whatever it was called, Productions, Gramnet Productions and stuff. So he was looking for a show that he could put out. And it was like, Kelsey Grammer's got a show with four black women. That's showing diversity. So the UPN, they were basically making their killing in the urban markets. So they were trying to get and reach homes in the urban markets and trying to hit those special numbers that most shows don't normally do. But what they found out is that this show was being watched by a lot of. Oh, hold on. Matter of fact, let me turn this off altogether. Okay, we know it's flooding, so we don't need that on. I just hope the power don't go out while making this video. So going through this process of making this show and putting it together, everyone's trying to find out the time slots and where is it going to debut. And they were like, well, it's got to go in, after the Parkers. The Parkers, then we come in with Girlfriends for that evening crowd, for the office women that go to work. We're going to make a killing there. And they did. 4 million viewers right off the gate. The first season, it was huge. And the second season started off with a bang, and right before 9/11, they had their first show air right before 9/11. And on Monday, that night, Girlfriends. Monday Night Football is what the guys were watching, and the girls was watching Girlfriends. And sure enough, the night before 9/11, boom, that's when the seasons kicked off. So when the show kicked off, they was like, oh man, 9/11 hit, and there was all this controversy on what they were gonna air, what they were gonna put on. So it was a really big thing, and they got a lot of sympathy and a lot of people toned to them, and they were averaging about 4 million views. So now all of these things are working for the show and the network, and people are starting to notice Tracy Ellis Ross, and they're like, her character is, like, she fine. Everybody was liking her, especially Kanye West. So Kanye was showing a lot of attention to her. And a lot of brothers was like, I didn't know who she was. And man, look at that backside. So that became the new thing. Now you got dudes like, yeah, I'm going to watch this show, girlfriend. Come on, baby. Forget the game. It's the Raiders playing Denver or somebody. Pass that popcorn. She's like, I got my baby watching Girlfriends. Yeah, that's right. You got me watching. So the guys are watching Girlfriends now. Then they got a guy they could root for in Reggie Haynes. They was, that Reggie Haynes is like me. He like a chicken with his head cut off. Any one of the folk want to go, he ready. And that's all you really needed. I didn't know what they did for a living. I didn't know. I didn't know what they did for work, what the show was based about. All I remember was one guy there trying to get all the chicks. Now, this show ran into a major problem down the line that many didn't even know or recognize. You know, as one of my ex-girlfriends would tell me, they were roommates and they used to be school roommates. And they were living together. Two of the girls was rooming. She tried to explain all that to me, and I was like, I sure ain't got the time to listen to it. But what happened is UPN was starting to turn into the CW. So everything was changing. You got new people coming in, and all of the networks are starting to turn into a whole new whatever. Everything's getting ready to change. So people's contracts, once they realize they got a hit show on their hands, people have to go in and renegotiate for contracts. And this is where a show starts to break up. So after season 3, everyone's like getting ready to negotiate for new deals. So in season 4 on down, people like, look, we're only gonna go 6 seasons. And after the first 3 seasons, people start to discover who's going to be a returning character. People want to negotiate to become main characters down the road. So it was a trying time, to say the least. Keisha Sharp's character, she was a reoccurring character at the season 3 to 6. She came in as, what was she? All I know, she was like a reoccurring character in there that they kept bringing in, and she became a main character once Jill decided she was ready to leave. See, Jill was fed the line that a lot of women do where they say, look, you're the big star here. Tracy Ellis Ross has an exclusive contract. You should be getting more than Tracy. We gonna move you to movies because you hot right now. You can get a lot more than this. Girlfriends is played. You've already done 100 episodes. Your 6th season is your final season. They not even trying to negotiate with you. So that's letting you know right now what they thinking of you. So things changed. After the 6th season, then UPN was basically done. The United Paramount Network. In other words, a network where they could throw brothers. They had some shows too, like they had some Star Trek shows on there and all these other things that they were mostly television shows. So they merged with the Warner Brother company, and then that's when they jumped into we're gonna be the CW. So that's was the standardization. That's what they call that. The standardization of the station at the time. And with all of these things coming into play, the CW started to take over. So when the CW was a whole new company, basically, with the merger with Warner Brothers and, you know, CBS, here we go. Now there you got new bosses, you got new people in control. UPN is just a partner, and but they really bought out, and now they trying to find a new direction. Now from the fourth season, the numbers slipped. As what happens to a lot of shows, numbers slip. Numbers slip all the time, B. They be all right, but they slip just slightly. You know, it's hard. They were averaging 4 million, and they dropped about maybe a 3.7. Then the fifth year it went down some more as people started to lose interest a little bit, and they kind of stayed at probably 3.5, which is great. These are great numbers for a show like this with the salaries you got. But now people are going to start to request more money. Everybody's contract is up. So going into the CW, they're in the same time slot. They're in the same everything. Just whole new people are here now. And Jill has left the show. So now with Jill leaving the way she did, and everybody's like, man, Jill left the show, and fans were upset because they really liked that character, and that was a big blow to girlfriends. Because once that happened, and she left the show and never went to CW, the show went on without her, but it wasn't done in a way that was like, it was no closure to it. It wasn't prepared as if she was gone. The show basically left her character like hanging on, and a lot of people gravitated to her character a lot in season 6. And then it's like, okay, they gravitate to her in season 6, and now she's gone. It's like, okay, she's not here no more. Where does that make sense? Where does the script go from here? So after she, leaves, and because she wanted to go do movies and everything else, that it didn't kind of work out the way it was planned. But, people do what they do. Then Golden Brooks' character started to get more meat to her character, and she started to step up to the plate, and become a real major player in the game. And things started to really change. It was like people weren't like not happy with the way CW was running things. It was just a different format. And then the biggest thing ever happened was the writer's strike. You see, everyone remembers the strike that happened in September with the housing market collapse. The Big Short. Just go watch that movie and get caught up. But the housing market collapsed in 2008. That affected businesses all around the world of all types, including Hollywood. And it happened earlier in Hollywood because Hollywood, for the first time, was getting ready to do something different. They were going to the internet and getting advertising money through the internet. That's right, shows being streamed. 2008, all these shows from CBS to ABC, they're trying out this streaming on the internet. Not on television yet. Just you can get the app and go to there and watch it on your computer, and they can run ads, and they weren't paying the writers. Some writers get 11 cents to 12 cents to 13 cents. Some of them get 15 cents to 30 cents on certain replays, per replay and all these things. It depends on, the net of your contract. But when you are getting all this advertisement money, which they were getting, and they were getting none of it, they feel like, oh, whatever performs on the television screen, on the network, that's what you get paid off of. What we do on the internet, the writers don't get paid for. They were like, that's our content. They had guys that won Emmys. The network was so mad about them talking about a strike, they didn't even want to pay the money up front to get them the Emmys. That's how bad it was. And you have all these writers out there in the streets protesting, like, don't watch these shows. So a lot of stuff was held up in production. So the show didn't even air. They did like 13 episodes. They were gonna do that. Then when the writer's strike was over, they were gonna go back and finish the rest of the episodes, and it never got finished. They were about a million viewership lower than they were back when they were on UPN, and UPN networks were doing everything. When they went to the CW, they lost like a million, and they dropped about two, which was really not that good. And the networks just kind of went downhill. It never got finished. So it hurt a lot of people. It hurt a lot of people. And the rain is coming down. The rain from the tornado. So that's what happened to girlfriends. And now I'm hearing that they're reading uniting on Blackish, because every girl in the world is letting me know girlfriends is back on. Yeah, girl, go get it, girl. I'm like, all right. So hopefully this helped put some clarity as to what happened to girlfriends. And definitely they should be getting some good money off the show. The show did about 170 some episodes, and definitely are in full syndication. So that means it's good money. Anything over 100 is like full syndication. You get your full money that you would normally get. Like if you don't get 100 episodes, you normally don't get full syndication. But now most shows, they do lesser shows. Like they don't do the big 22 shows no more. A lot of them do like maybe 12 to 14 now. So the syndication is different when you have shows like that, because some of them could be like it depends on the minutes too. Like say you got a 30-minute show or a 60-minute show. You do a 60-minute show and do 12 episodes. That's basically the same as a 22 episode season. So what is like 5 seasons, is basically syndication, if that makes any sense to people. So they've changed it now because of all the streaming platforms, and the way it is now is so many shows, and there's so many ways to watch a television show. People aren't doing shows like 7, 8 years no more. It's very rare you see a show go on that long. I mean, I don't even count Saturday Night Live. Saturday Night Live is just Saturday Night Live. That's just what that is. Um, yeah, that's it, man. And definitely, man, hit up the Cash App, donate to your boy Carcino. I'm here. Or hit the Streamlab up, show some love to the page. I'm working hard for you guys as always. Trying to keep the videos shorter for you because I know you guys like shorter videos. So y'all let me know. Y'all like the longer videos? You like the shorter videos? Y'all let me know in the description box and I might premiere this. So shouts out to everybody in the premiere section. I see you. Marcus, Lex. All right. That is correct. Frank. Yes, that is correct. I'm out. Tracy Ellis Ross got a big booty.